Yes, please. You want to take it?
I'll be your Vanna White.
No.
Yeah.
Why are we so tired?
I'm waiting on you, dude.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Not So Round Table. Sorry we missed Wednesday, but George and I are here and putting it up on the same day to get one out to you guys. We want to answer questions because the helm of reasoning is filling up. But right before that, I wanted to introduce you guys to something cool that the American Milsim guys are doing. This is an award they give out at their operations. It has a logo on it for the event that you've attended, and it's also called the Outstanding Operator Award. The Outstanding Operator Award is something somewhat unique for an event planner to do, and I really like the message behind it. If you do something, extremely operator, or you...
It could be sportsmanship.
Right, exactly. Or tremendous sportsmanship, or helping other people, or being just an outstanding airsoft player at an event, they take notice. And it's really an incentive for people to be better sports and to really, try hard and play hard. So a really cool award that they're giving out. I really enjoyed seeing that awarded at Ironclad this year. So if you're attending any American Milsim events,
keep an eye out for these.
Yeah, definitely.
And we didn't deserve this at all.
No.
No, we did not.
No.
So I'll send this back to them, maybe.
Yeah. That's not ours. We weren't awarded.
Yeah,
that.
no. This isn't ours. We're just showing it to you.
We borrowed it from another person who won it.
Anyway.
But, so this is the Not So Round Table, and you guys know how we do it here. We answer questions from the helm of reasoning that you guys submit in previous videos. As usual, we're going to try to knock this out in about 20 to 30 minutes.
We're going to try to do 20 minutes for this one.
Okay.
We got to, man.
Fine.
We're going to drive ourselves insane.
Do you want to start?
Do you want to do rock, paper, scissors?
No.
Come on,
Okay,
dude.
fine. Rock,
One,
paper,
two.
scissors. Damn! All right, here we go. Marcus Mata asks, Dear Evike, what do you think about Milsim ops? Do you prefer American Milsim or Operation Lion Claw? Which is best in your opinion?
Both are good.
I like them both.
Yeah.
They're different.
They're different. The two of them are I'd say that maybe it's kind of like a tier system with Milsim games. So you have like your entry level, your more hardcore, and then your more hardcore. I'd say that the Lion Claws series kind of at the bottom in terms of it's more beginner friendly a little bit for Milsim entry level games.
We should just answer another question.
Well, no, I'm being honest. I'm not bashing anything. I'm just saying it's more open to because they're 1-day ops and stuff like that.
Well, no, the John Liu games are multi-day.
Yeah, no, but they have 1-day ops to kind of get you involved, and then they have the 2 days. But like, I think the American Milsim games are a little bit more driven. A little bit more hardcore driven, maybe, because of the rule set and a few other things. Like the medic rules, you have to drag somebody.
Yeah.
You have to, single shot for rifles only. That's kind of all these cool little rules.
Yeah.
I mean, the top is in my opinion, is Black Sheep, but I mean...
Well, I've never been to a Black
Yeah, I know,
Sheep,
but I mean, that's different, a different level than the two other ones. But I'd say that probably, they're just at different tiers of how difficult they are. That's all. I'm not saying one's better than the other.
Yeah, but they're asking which one's the best.
I think they're both good, and Lion Claws is great because it's all over the country. Mm-hmm. You have Oregon, you have Ohio that's coming up, you have,
and they usually have a crap ton of military vehicles that are able to show up.
Plus they have he gets really cool AOs, mm-hmm. and so they're all over the place. They're kind of more scattered. American Milsim's kind of concentrated in that area. Like you have basically South Carolina, Mississippi, and Oklahoma, kind of as their area. So. But definitely, check out whatever's closest to you, too,
I kind of want to go to a Black Sheep event, now that we've...
Yeah, one day.
They do like a 24-hour thing, right?
Yeah, that's long. I think we'd fall over.
I would just spend the whole game in a chair.
This is Lolo Bato 1. Interesting name. Insert, could I put a rifle-length handguard on any airsoft rifle, or have to get a gas system and barrel like a real steel AR-15? Confused.
Depends on how it's rail system, right?
Yeah, it's a rail system question.
It's dependent on how the handguard is attached to the receiver, to the metal, to the main receiver. Different handguards attached in different ways. All of your free-floating rail interface systems don't require a support like a gas block or the barrel to be attached with a threaded piece. So you don't have to worry about having a barrel that'll support the rail system.
So it's compatible with both AEGs and gas blowback systems then, because it's just using the D-ring.
Right. In other platforms where maybe the handguard system was designed around using a gas block, or maybe it's mimicked off the gas impingement system like the 416 and 27, you have to have a very specific outer barrel and front gas block because those are required for the rail to work.
Yeah, that's pretty much sums it up there. I would just check what you're, maybe more specifically, like if you're just using like, hey, I want to put a rail system on my AEG, or you're trying to put something really specific. It's a very vague question. So, I mean, you could hit us up and say, hey, I'm the guy who, this is what I'm trying to do. Maybe we could help you out.
Usually the only fitment issues in front of the receiver.
Yeah.
There are none.
Barrels.
Usually the only thing
like
you have to worry about is like your
not the inner
grip.
barrels, but the actual barrel that plugs into the gun. That's different between gas blowbacks and AEGs.
Jocelyn the Trap asks, Dear Insert, what was the weirdest outfit you've seen someone wear in Airsoft?
JP?
Actually...
Or do we have one weirder than the Jedi costume?
See, I associate weird with cool. But cool doesn't necessarily mean that it should have been on the Airsoft field. For example, JP. Weird, definitely a sick-looking outfit. I mean, rarely have I seen somebody dress up in full Jedi garb just to go to an Airsoft game. Was it appropriate for the Airsoft game? Probably not. But it was a pickup game, and it wasn't like a milsim game. Something else that was really cool, and I guess you could say weird, but something else that I thought was really cool, there was a guy at the Old Tax City we were playing on one of the Saturdays, and this dude showed up with like a brown trench coat, and he had this huge, like Indiana Jones hat, and he had a guitar case that he had put a Thompson inside. And on the handle for the guitar case, he had a string with a ring on it, and that string went through a couple pulleys and pulled the trigger. So he's running around the airsoft field and guitar casing people. So that was really, really cool, and very weird.
I can't. I'd say JP's probably the weirdest one I've seen. I've seen some other funny ones though.
Or there's that unicorn that we keep seeing running around fields. Pink helmet. Come on.
Yeah. At least somebody bought one of those Emerson pink helmets.
She's watching this looking very upset right now.
It's okay. Sean McGlynn.
McGlynn?
Okay, McGlynn. You're Irish.
I got you.
Yeah. How do you record your events, such as GoPro or Contour? Which do you prefer? We use both. Contour got discontinued a while ago. I know they're coming back, but the GoPro is by far superior if you are looking for a helmet camera. The Contour is great if you want something that's more like a gun cam.
Right.
But you have to do some upgrades and stuff like that, and it can cost you a lot of money.
Not to mention the one adapter to allow you to mount it to a rail is no longer...
Yeah, the main thing is because of what happened with their company, the rail mount is like gold. And this was a mount that was like $15 a few years ago. The trades hands for $50 now or more, which is just ridiculous because it's a piece of plastic. I think you could almost 3D print this thing. But there are other companies who make some other aftermarket Contour rail adapters, but they're still very high in price.
There are a lot of cameras now that have kind of filled that void. So if you're looking for a gun camera, there are a lot of different companies that offer a rail mounting solution, or at least something that will allow you to adapt it to a rail platform.
I'd say invest in a GoPro. You can 90% of what you would want in terms of recording yourself would be from a GoPro. Yeah,
and then of course we were also able to obtain one Roger for all of our filming purposes.
Yeah, if you can get a Roger.
Yeah.
And a 5D Mark III. And
one Roger who is impervious to BB hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I might sneeze now. Jared Blada I have silicone oil, and the only thing I can use to lube is pure silicone oil. The only thing you can use to lube your gearbox, or can you use something else? And where can I pick some up?
Whoa! Hold your horses there. Did you say lubing your entire gearbox with silicone oil?
Okay. Don't ever use silicone oil to lube up your gearbox.
The only thing silicone oil should be used for
is for gas products.
Or O-rings.
O-rings, but that's gas related.
Or very, very thinly on the rails of the upper half of the gearbox where the piston slides.
That's it.
That's it.
What I would use gear grease. We have many different kinds here for sale. Mm-hmm. You just basically dab a little bit. The cool thing is you can do this without even opening up your gearbox on a version 3. Not a version, version 3. You can just open that little slit by the trigger and just drop a few in and then just run the gearbox and it'll cycle all the lube through. But if you basically have to take out your gearbox and you kind of just put a little bit.
It's really easy to over-lubricate a gearbox. And then you're actually causing more
problems.
More resistance to motion than you would be had you put less than you needed.
So my advice would be you have two things. If your gun is making weird noises, you probably want to get it serviced. Or your gearbox.
Yeah.
If nothing's broken and if you don't feel confident taking it apart, don't mess with it.
Well,
Wait till
I feel
something
like
fails.
he's wondering because he's maybe doing work on his gearbox. That's why he's asking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't have to lube your gears. If they're good gears, you don't have to necessarily lube them.
Just be very sparing.
Yes.
Usually what I do is I take gear grease and a toothpick. And whatever I can fit just by dabbing the toothpick in a little bit in the gear grease, then I go on like every third tooth or whatever on the gears. And that's more than enough.
That does a pretty good job. That's a good question.
Yeah. We haven't had very many tech-related questions.
Hang on, when I sneeze.
Chris Christopherson.
What's up, Chris
Nice.
Christopherson? Why can't I get
It's a good
those
play
names?
on words. Question to all, but I figure Roger probably knows best on this one. Oh!
Calling you out!
Okay. How good is an epic beard in terms of facial protection? Actually, this is a very valid question for you.
I was growing out my beard till yesterday when my wife and me shaved.
Can beardal epicness slow or even stop BBs? Or do even the greatest of beards yield to the raw power of Airsoft?
I don't know, but they're
best
really
question in the world.
They're really good for storing Skittles, eh, Roger?
Yeah. Okay, so from behind the camera, do you mind?
Well, it's a question of quantity of beard as to thickness of hair, and taking into account the velocity and the velocity and thickness of the hair in terms of quantity determines how far.
Okay, so for example, how with your beard, how much protection are you getting?
Beard and a shamag usually
Negates hits.
I'll get hit, I'll feel it, but like I haven't had any teeth get knocked out or chipped so far. So.
All right, Airsofters. So, from what I'm understanding from Roger, it has a lot to do with the density of said beard, how thick the hair is, and how far away it is from your face. Think of it a lot like in a physics class when you do those egg drop experiments and you try to fill a tube with a bunch of cotton, right?
Yeah, I remember
so
that.
the longer it takes, like a helmet, right? The more you can slow down the BB before it reaches your face, the more protection you're going to get. So obviously a denser, thicker beard is going to give you more protection.
Yeah.
From Roger's mouth, he uses a shamag and his beard, and with that, he gets almost no dangerous impacts to his face.
Well, plus he's got his face behind the camera a little bit, so that kind of helps.
Keep in mind, though, even the most epic of beards will not protect your teeth if your mouth is open.
So don't run like this.
Don't run around just like Jet and me and the two of us.
Capavids asks, hey, insert, I have a fast helmet, goggles, and a mesh mask, but they don't all fit together very well. Should I buy new goggles to fit to the mask, or should I just cut the mask? You should just cut the mask.
I was going to say, well, we just did this.
I've cut, everybody here, I've cut the mask. I use like really heavy duty shears.
Or wire cutters.
Yeah, they're kind of, you can use wire cutters too. And then so you kind of cut it to the contour of your goggle, and then you take off you basically you can re-glue back on the like elastic webbing, or if you want you could sew it.
And you use hot glue for that, right?
Yeah, you can hot glue or actually super glue. I used like this gel super glue. It's like the best super glue ever. It's you can get it at Home Depot. It's a gel based super glue, so it's almost like hot glue meets super glue.
Right. Okay.
Really good stuff, but. Or you could sew it. Like you can either sew it with a machine, but you're gonna break a needle or two, because it goes through the gaps.
It's a metal
you have to go
mesh.
very slowly,
Okay.
or you can just do it by hand. And actually, if you do it by hand, it does feel a little softer than the glue. I did yours with glue. I did mine with glue, but I did Shades has.
Oh, that's cool. Actually, we need to contour it a little bit.
Yeah, I know,
but no, it's just so yeah. Basically, follow the contour of your goggles works the best, and then I think if you've got a set of like metal shears or tin snips, old term, or that other term D. Yeah.
I heard you. So those are the ones those are the best options for you.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I've even thought about just cutting the nose almost to barely anything, because I mean,
I'm conflicted on whether I want the nose underneath the goggles or just in front of, because what I'm noticing is that as I'm playing, I feel like the mesh is like pushing down on my nose, and it's obnoxious.
You gotta I took a hammer and kind of hammered it out a little bit so it doesn't do that. But I think put yours under the goggle.
I do. Well,
I put my goggles on and then I put my mask on over it.
See, I tried that and it always just goes underneath and inside. So I've got to figure out. Maybe we got to recontour it a little bit. Good question though. Good question.
Last question.
Last question. All right.
Last question. I don't know. We're on time, but we got to be close.
Okay.
Littering again.
There we go. Sorry. Okay. Jake Stewart asks, "Hey, Insert, I was wondering if you needed to be in a team or squad to go to an event, or if you could just fly by the seat of your pants and stick with random people. Thanks and greetings from Okinawa, Japan."
Nice.
Wow. Dude, you guys have got. If you're in Japan, you got probably some of the best airsoft games, in Asia besides Hong Kong. So
yeah.
Invite us out there.
Yeah, sure. Give us a place to stay and a plane ticket and.
So to answer your question, if you sign up for the event, with enough lead time, they're going to put you in a squad anyway.
Yeah.
So flying by the seat of your pants is absolutely okay.
And most people are pretty accepting to people who come into their
Very
groups.
much so.
Most people. There's that rare group that's like, no, get away from me.
We don't play with them.
Yeah, we don't play with those people.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a good insert.
That's it. That's all we're saying.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to say?
If you could find a group to play with, it's a lot more fun because they're people you're used to.
True.
It makes you more effective as a squad when you've run with the guys that you're running with. That way you know kind of each other's habits, play styles, and things like that.
Yeah, it's way more fun to run with your friends and to be. I built some good friendships with Airsoft, and I would have quit playing a long time ago if it wasn't for those friendships.
Yeah, but rest assured, you can show up on your own and have a great time as well.
Yep.
Now you can close it.
Now I can close it?
Yes, please.
I don't know. Bye. I'm tired.
Come on now.
Bye!
We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thanks for joining us for another Not So Round Table. We'll try not to do any of the interim ones. We'll try to be on schedule.
Yeah, it's been hard because of all the events and stuff like that. We had Ironclad, then Airsoft Nation. We have Airsoft Con coming up. Then we have Irene, Faded Giant. Lots of stuff coming up.
Yep.
So
we'll see you guys. See you guys next time or Wednesday. Bye.
Wednesday. Bye.